I want to tell how I got started with podcasts. I wasn't going to listen to podcasts. I didn't think they would be interesting at all. I was very wrong. If I had a podcast when I was in high school, I would have done so much better. How I got into them. We went on a trip to Virginia Beach a couple years ago, and it's an 8-hour drive to and from. My sister had queued up a podcast about Teddy Roosevelt, and it almost lasted the entire trip back to and from. Like the last couple of hours, we switched to something else. But it was very informative. I learned so much. He did so many things. Overcame a lot of things. I'm gonna see if I can find that and link it as well. But yeah. So that was a lot of fun, and that started me down my little rabbit hole of podcast. Let me get this done quickly because it's hot in here. I've only had the fan off for a few minutes. Alright, we're gonna start again. I fixed the lighting a little bit. It looks slightly better. My eyes are still super dark, and let's just sit way back here. I just keep my head turned slightly to this side. It's not too bad. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I had the fan off. It's so hot in here. I want to get through this video really quickly. I just turned it off like a minute ago, and it's already stuffy as heck in here. I'm gonna go over my... See if you can read it. My podcast playlist. Try not to do this too much this time. Here, it's in the kitchen.
In the kitchen with Dinah.
Cameron, can you hear me? No. Okay. First one I listened to is Charm Chat. I don't know why I looked up there. The TV is not on. Two lovely ladies, Kendra and Kat, and Blue, the little chihuahua. And they talk about, they do a rundown of each episode of Charmed, the original. They also start doing the reboot as well. I listened to the first season because I watched the first season. I didn't watch the second season, so I didn't really listen to those episodes. I'm moving the paper around, aren't I? Hopefully it's not too loud. But I really enjoy their commentary on the original and their tangents. Those are fun. You learn something you weren't expecting to with every episode. So that's fun. And they're really nice. Sent them a few things. They sent me a pop socket, which is on this phone. They have merch on Redbubble, which I will link to in the description. It's really nice. They just run hiatus right now. They're not able to do the podcast during quarantine. Hopefully it doesn't last too long. So what's season 4? What? Yeah, they're very nice, and it's very fun and informative and all that jazz. They do their favorite costume of the episode is what else, because I'm trying to think of what else, because it's been a few weeks since the last episode that they aired. It's just a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Another Bite of Twilight. That's a newer one I've been listening to for the past few months. It's run by two girls, Melissa and Kelly. They are Twilight fans. They did episodes on each movie. They do a movie, or book, the movie, and soundtrack. Book, movie, soundtrack. book movie soundtrack till they got to the end of the series. And they did reach the end, but they were also doing episodes on the actors, the costumes, the hair. They even got Rob's stunt double from the first movie to do an interview with them, and he is friends with Kristen Stewart, and she gave us a shout out. That was pretty awesome.
What do you want?
Yes. What do you want?
Hi.
I don't know where the mixer is. Wherever that's at, put it with it. Okay, the next podcast that I listen to is Goosebumps. Welcome to Deadcast with the twins. Matthew Scott Montgomery and his brother. I can't remember his name at the moment. I'll put it up on the screen. They're really fun. They will paraphrase basically each Goosebumps book in their own fun way, and it's really fun. I enjoy it. It's really funny. And at the end of each reading, they'll give it a grade, and then they will read the first paragraph and the last paragraph. And it's just a lot of fun. All my podcasts are informative and funny and interesting. I say that like they're my podcasts. They're not. I don't have one. The next one is Scared to Death. That is a very, very new one. I've only been listening to it for a couple of months. It's Dan Cummins and his wife, Lindsay. He's a comedian. That's how I know him. Brother-in-law brought him up to me and mentioned that he had a podcast, and I was like, interesting. I like his. They do creepy stories about creepy things. It varies. They just did another Wendigo episode. Guess another one. It's two of them. Both very, very creepy. A couple of the episodes have kept me up at night, but they're fun. And the way he tells the stories is very unique. I enjoy it. And then his wife, Lindsay, will read off a couple of listener stories that people have sent in. I've sent in a couple. Well, I sent in a bunch because they're doing this thing where they're going to compilate a bunch of like mini ones. Like if people feel like they're too short to send in to be on the show, they're going to do something with them. I'm not sure exactly. Put them on the website maybe? I'm not sure. I sent in a list of those, and then a couple that were longer that I'd like to be on this show. That'd be so much fun. I've gotten my brother-in-law a couple of gifts. He hasn't gotten them yet. I haven't received them yet. I just ordered his birthday one yesterday. A few weeks back I ordered one. I was going to give it to him for either Father's Day or his birthday, but I might wait till December because it's a sweatshirt and it's getting hot. So the birthday one I ordered him is a t-shirt. So he also has another one called Timesuck, and it's more of a historical type deal. Both of these, if you don't like crude humor, you don't want to listen to them, especially Timesuck one. I don't mind it. It doesn't offend me. I don't speak in that way. I don't curse or anything, but I don't care if other people do it. It's up to them. It doesn't bother me in any way. So if you don't like that, those two are not for you probably. But I enjoy them. He's very funny. The way the way he tells stories are very unique and fun. I like the Timesuck ones. You just learn about, it's mostly about serial killers, which is interesting. Just things like that have happened in the past. The next one is called NPR Ask Me Another. It's very hard to search. I recently got rid of the podcast app I was using because it was just having too many problems. There's too many bugs within the app. So I was trying to find a better one, and every time I tried to search it, I would type in NPR, and all these NPR podcasts would show up, except for that one. Like, why? Because I decided, like, I've been listening to it for a couple of years, and I just decided I wanted a trivia podcast to listen to, because I like trivia. I like random, useless facts. They'll have like a celebrity type guest on, and they'll ask them questions, and if they get all the questions right, a listener gets it's a Rubik's Cube. I'm guessing it has their logo on it. I've never seen it. I haven't looked at it. I should put it up on the screen. I'll look it up on their website. But then they have contestants, and there's a couple of rounds, and they just eliminate one contestant from the first 2 rounds, put the winners of those 2 rounds in the last round, and of course the person who wins the last round is the overall winner. It's a lot of fun. I love their different categories. What I've been binging, and I had to switch the podcast app because of how it was set up. It was very hard to binge this one. Mr. Creepypasta Storytime. Very creepy, very scary. Keeps me up at night sometimes, but fun. I enjoy it. All of these episodes are on YouTube, and I used to listen to them all the time via YouTube, but I didn't really do it anymore. But when I found it on the podcast app, I got very excited. So I've been doing that. I just listened to the first episode of this one. It's called Fake Doctors. It's got Zach Braff and can't think of his name. Played Turk alongside Zach Braff's character on Scrubs. They have a podcast. I've only listened to the first one, but it was really fun and interesting, and I like learning about behind the scenes stuff from my favorite shows, because 2 other ones I listen to that do that are Showmance, Glee version. There's like a couple of different ones, but I was looking it up on the new app that I downloaded. I found out there's different ones for Showmance, but this one's Glee, and it has Kevin McHale and Jenna. I'm not going to try to say her name, I'll just put it up right there. She played Tina, he played Artie on Glee, and they will have co-stars from the show on. Mostly they had Chris Colfer on once, and then they'll have Naya Rivera and Heather Morris, who play Santana and Brittany, and they'll have Amber Riley, she played Mercedes, on all the time. And the producer of the podcast, her name is Becca something. She was one of the new cast members that came on during the last 2 seasons. She played Kitty. And she'll be on once in a while as well. It's a lot of fun. So much laughing and remembering things. I enjoy it. I haven't listened to it in a while because I've got so many different ones I want to listen to. I keep finding out about new podcasts. So then I gotta get caught up on those. And I end up pushing the old ones back. Although a couple of them I will listen to no matter what. Like Charm Chats and Scared to Death. I will listen to no matter what. No matter how many other podcast episodes I have in the queue. Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. He played Lex Luthor on Smallville. He has a podcast. It is a lot of fun. He's had several of the Supernatural guys on. I've only listened to Mark Shepard. I have Misha Collins Jensen and Jared in the queue. I was arguing back and forth with the developer of the app because the app was not allowing me to download those episodes with Jensen and Jared and Misha, but it just turned out I didn't have enough storage. so I'm going to have to like just download a couple at a time from now on. But he's like had so many different people on, and I've listened to several episodes, and they're a lot of fun learning about different actors and what they do. I don't think it was on his show, but I watched Caulkin lots. I learned a lot about him, his religious background. I did not realize about that. But those podcasts aren't on my list. I was just looking for. I just looked up his name in the podcast app. Let's see. Curious with Josh Peck. That's another one that's a lot like the Michael Rosenbaum one. It's very fun. I only download the names of people that I know. I do that with Michael Rosenbaum. Felicia Day was another one Michael Rosenbaum had. I am talking very fast. I apologize. It's going to be so much fun for me to edit this. Sorry, future me. But I would definitely give it a listen. The Tripod with the Try Guys. I've been watching it on YouTube because now I can turn it on at night and put the sleeper timer on my TV, and it turns it off after a while. Like, just fall asleep to it. But I've been doing that. I think I'm caught up mostly. But yeah, they have their regular channel, which is a lot of fun. I really enjoy their videos. And then they have the Tripod, which is their podcast. So the Try Guys, so it's the Tripod. So I encourage you to go and listen to that. And the last one I have on here is called Office Ladies. It is, I'm only going to say their characters' names because I can't remember their actual names right now. Jenna Fisher was Pam. I remember her. Angela, also her name is Angela, but I don't remember her last name. From The Office. Do a podcast. They've had Rainn Wilson on one episode. I'm only up to like episode 4, I think, 3 or 4, but it's so much fun. They're really, really good friends, which is really cool to know. But yeah, I enjoy them. I remember 2 more. Stuff you should know and things you should know, I think. And there was a medical one. I can't remember the name of it, but I will link it as well. I will link all 3 of them. So, okay, now I'm done. First one is Supernatural: The Road So Far. I was listening to that until 3 seasons ago. But I did enjoy listening to them up to that point, and I think you will too. They do the rundown of the episode much like the Charm Chats do. They do a blow by blow of the episode. What do they rate? They rate the episode overall. And it's just a lot of fun. And they will incorporate listener thoughts on the episode. And they do a rating system. The episode overall. And the other one I don't listen to anymore, only because I found one I like on YouTube, and I have limited space on my phone because I do these videos and like home videos on my phone as well, so I need as much space as I can. And I really liked this one. It's called Myths and Legends. It's Jason Weiser, and I found out he lives near me. He's won an award, like a Webby or streaming, I can't remember which. But he was really good. I liked the way he told the stories too. It's very in his own unique ways. It's very fun and interesting. I found one on YouTube, John Solo. I will put a link for him on there too. You guys do one YouTubers I watch. I'll do that. Look for that in the future. Okay, so I thought this out, and I even wrote out a list of all the people I watch on YouTube, and the list is just way too long. It's too much. I might do like my most favorite, but I'd have to like figure that out because there's so many that I really like. So maybe you'll see that soon. I'm not sure. And anyway, Myths and Legends is really good. It talks about just what I just said. Greek mythology, and not just Greek mythology, like fairy tales, fables, and stuff like that from all over the world, and it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend all of these, even if I don't listen to them anymore. I highly recommend them. There was another one that I was thinking of as an honorable mention. Disney Origins. I haven't listened to that in a long time. It takes him a really, really long time to get his episodes out. But I enjoyed listening to that. It just takes so long because he's basically doing a run through of the book or just historical events and the movie side by side, basically. Like, he'll go back and forth. Like, he'll read an excerpt from the book or just talk about part of the timeline of the historical event. And then he'll switch over to, this is what happened in the movie at this point. So it takes him a little longer than all the other ones. But I enjoy his podcast as well. There have been a couple of others that I've listened to and then stopped listening to. Just didn't interest me. It might interest you. There's one with, I can't remember his name. I'll put it up here right now. He played Ham on The Sandlot. He has a podcast with a friend of his. A text message? I have a package arriving today, y'all. That scared me so much. Oh, goodness. And then there was another one I was going to listen to, but then I decided not to because I have so many. Maybe once I'm caught up with all of my podcasts, I'll put it on the roster. But it was one with Makuly Caulkin. I thought that would be interesting. He was on one of the other podcasts. I can't remember if it was the Michael Rosenbaum one or the Josh Peck one or even the one with Ham from Sandlot. I can't remember his name. I can't remember which one he was on. It might have been the Michael Rosenbaum one. I'm probably wrong. But I really enjoyed his take on things. I think that's it. I feel like there's more, and there probably is, but there was no way to go back through and find out which ones I used to listen to and I don't anymore. The podcast app that I was using doesn't have a feature like that. I don't think the new one does either. But yeah, those are all my podcasts. I will try to edit this so I'm not speaking super duper freaking fast. I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe I will do one on the YouTubers that I watch, and I will narrow it down to the ones I watch consistently. Not just everybody that I'm subscribed to, because I don't watch everybody that I'm subscribed to consistently. But there are definitely top 10 of the ones that I watch. They're YouTubers. I watch them. And I will give you my opinions on them, and so yeah. That's all of the podcasts that I listen to. I cannot talk today. That's all the podcasts that I listen to. I'll link them all in the description so you can listen to them if you want to. Oh, another honorable mention. Another podcast I listened to about Twilight. It's a married couple, and it was a lot of fun. The mother started listening to it because her daughter wanted to read it. So the mother started reading it just to see what it was all about, if it was okay for her daughter. And the father decided to start reading it so that he and his wife could have an activity to do together, which I thought was really sweet. And they're very intelligent people. They live not far away from me either. Like Jason and Liza, they don't live very far from me. I will link them because I really liked their opinions on all the movies. / books. So I think they did both. I think at one point they go on a Thanksgiving vacation and they stay at a cabin and like they have a marathon of the movies. I guess they decided it's okay. But they continue going over them anyway. That was a lot of fun. I remember that one fondly. It's gonna be so much fun to like cut up and move around all these different sections because I keep forgetting the honorable mentions. Okay. I am hungry. I'm gonna go eat lunch. Bye! It's still recording.